How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Asset Podcast on YouTube. We got here, this is issue 12 from June of 94. So this came out in what, April, May? Heroes Illustrated. Now, Heroes Illustrated, I think I've covered one issue before. This was owned by the same group that did Electronic Gaming Monthly and a couple of magazines like that. And this was their version of Wizard. And I'll be honest, I preferred Heroes Illustrated. I read Wizard, I had a subscription for like, God, from about issue 8 to around issue 50 or something like that. I had a long subscription to it. My mother worked at a school and they offered something through school where you get these subscription magazines really cheap. Whereas Heroes, Hero Illustrated, I just picked it up as it came out. I found it. Mobius Speaks, Chris Claremont, Miller and Gibbons. We got a nice, Superman versus Doomsday, but who the fuck is this? And why's Darkseid down there? Let's see if they got in here. In Your Face This Spring, Street Fighter 2. Started April 19th. That's the... Okay, that is not the Malibu one. Okay, that's Viz. The end is near. Beavis and Butthead trading cards. Yeah, trading cards, I did not know non-sport trading cards were still fairly big. Excuse me. I never look at the trading cards. The only place in town that really carries trading cards would be Walmart. I never look at them. And then when they started getting the DC exclusive comics, I went and looked, and there's a lot. I did some research. People actually read a lot of them. What we got here? Prepare yourself. Mortal Kombat trading cards. Johnny Blaze, the original Ghost Rider, because this time he had something. This is kind of neat. This is Art Adams. Classic Star Wars: New Hope. Bring it back to print, the original adaptation of the first Star Wars movie by Roy Thomas and Howard Chaykin. Covers by Arthur Adams and Adam Hughes. Update Sarah Cole. Okay, if I remember right, Howard Chaykin only did part of that. Mars Attacks. This is the comic from Topps. Kick ass. I need to read more of that. Previews. What's this? Pitt and Charlie. Okay. And Heroes was kind of known for there was two versions. There was a newsstand version, there was a comic version. And for a while the newsstand version was like this magazine size, the comic shop version was comic size. And it came polybag with like all kinds of posters and trading cards. But they always had a scratch-off card and you could win like a fairly rare comic or a fairly valuable comic. Castlevania Bloodlines, that's kind of neat. Acclaim acquires Voyager. Yeah, that was kind of the downfall for Acclaim. For Voyager. Black Ball Comics on hiatus. Man, Black Ball did not put out a lot, but what they put out was really good. It was one of the things where I thought it was going to do really good, and it just really didn't. I like this. In the numbers, 1,158. The most comic book pages Jack Kirby created in 1962, his most prolific year. 670. The average number of comic art pages Kirby averaged on an annual basis during his colorful career. That motherfucker was a machine. 670 pages. That's over 2 a day. You got artists now that can't even get out, 30 pages in 2 months. Big, which became Techno Comics. Store sells Mirror Mint Action Comics for $100,000. He's number 8. Al Red joins Legend. That was Dark Horse's thing going, okay, you got Image, we got Legends, and it didn't last. Bo Smith gets his Image down. Subterranea. Never played it. Looks interesting. Alright, here we go. Hero reviews. This is one thing I did like about them. They gave good reviews. Martha Washington Goes to War. Good comic. I'm a Frank Miller fan. I'm not one of these people that hates on Frank Miller. Gen 13, never really read it. Star Trek DS9, Hearts and Minds. This was the Malibu series, and remember right, the other Star Trek comics were coming out through Marvel. Vamps. I never read this, but I remember it being fairly popular back then. Flair presents the Marvel Universe Inaugural Edition. Never gave a shit about this. Hellblazer, such a fucking great comic. He was right. Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon. Oh, yes. Yes. Fucking Ennis and Dillon. Black Wolf, that's one of them. Is that a Marvel UK? No, it's not, huh? Angel Medina. Grendel Tales. Really? Wow. Why didn't I have nothing to do with it? Dark Dominion from Defiant. Issue 0 done by Steve Ditko. Everything else done by somebody else. Dresser. This is the Malibu revamp, Malibu run, and Peter David and Ernie Colon. Yeah. Dragon Rock Saga. I've never. This thing they talk about comics you've never even heard about. Droids, which is a new series. Conan the Adventurer. This is the second Conan comp. No, not the second, because you had Conan the Barbarian. Savage Sword of Conan, if you want to count that one. I mean, it was magazine size, but it was a comic. And then you had Conan the King or King Conan. So this would be the fourth. Boof! About Bo Smith and John Cleary. John Cleary is very much inspired by McFarlane. Icon. And this was the crossover where Superboy, Connor Kent, I think's his name. Jam it. Spawn Batman. This is where I completely disagree. This was shit. And Colleen Durant, I usually agree with. This was shit. It was not good. Especially when you're paying $4 for this piece of shit. It's one of those I'm like, oh god, this is hard. I bought it, read it once or twice, and then gave it to somebody. I'm like, this is just not good. Hey, look at this. Deadpool #1. That's probably a fairly pricey coming. This was neat. Hero Insider. This is like comic industry gossip. And yeah. Pit, it's coming. Pit #5. Don't miss out. Yeah, it was really late. Anatomy of a Hero. Lester the Unlikely. That's why a lot of these oddball, like Super Nintendo and Genesis games, I remember because they had ads in comics back then. Ultraverse. Ultraverse was really cool. I've read pretty much most of these they mention here. At least a couple issues of them. I really enjoyed Ultraverse. Then we're talking about Vertigo. I like this. If Vertigo were to break away from DC Comics and become a company on its own, it would still be the 6th largest company in America. This is only the second year. There's Dark Horse, Marvel. Oh, whoa. Dave Sim Artwork. Top 9 writers and artists. Gaiman's #1, David's #2, Miller's #3, Just Smith's #4, Burns #5, Moore's #6, Ostrander 7, Peter Milligan's 8, and Wade is 9. Artist Smith is #1, Burns #2, Ross is 3, 4 is McFarlane, Miller's 5, Leah 6, Perez is 7, Dave McKean, and Mike Mignola. On the writer one, the only ones I disagree with would be I wouldn't have Peter David up there. Pretty much everybody else, yeah. And on the artists, I've never been a Jim Lee fan, and I'm not the biggest Mike Mignola fan. Some more. This is some more Malibu. That's Valiant, Defiant, Image. Of course, there's Ghost. Who remembers Ghost? Who remembers Bob Wire with Pamela Anderson? That was based on a Dark Horse comic. Oh shit! She-Cat from FemForce. Look, Archie. These are ash cans, I would guess. Bone #15. That's one of those I read a little bit as it was coming out and then kind of fell out of reading it. I think it was when he took the break. And then my cousin's oldest boy was up visiting, and I had some of the Bone Scholastic trades where they reprint the issues in color. And he was reading, he liked those, so we got him 1 year for his birthday or Christmas, the Bone All-in-One thing, and it was kind of fun. I went down to visit, and he got in trouble for something at school. So he was punished in his bedroom, couldn't play video games, couldn't watch TV, and he's just sitting in his room open. I'm like, Jared, what's wrong? Well, you got nothing to do. It's like, dude, you got all this shit. You got board games. You got all this stuff you're into play with. And hell, you got Bone. You never read Bone. He sat down over the course of like 2 days while he was punished, read the entire thing. Mobius, the Airtight Gerard. I want to read more Mobius stuff. I've read a little. Not a lot, a little. Never even heard of this book. Peacemakers. But God, it's very Image. Very, very Image inspired. Superman vs. Doomsday. Will to Power. Dark Horse's Comics Greatest World. Deep Space Nine. Ultra Force. Spotlight on Eddie Campbell. Eddie Campbell does some really good stuff, but he seems to be kind of forgotten nowadays. My Light, Snugs, and Time Locks. Yeah, that kind of shit's kind of disappeared. All you see now is, regular bags. Always like this, the Ultimate Gaming Rig, and look what you got, man. You got all kinds of shit. Look at this. Well, Super Nintendo, Super Scope, a 3DO, Sega CD, a Genesis, the Minister, a bunch of controllers, an Ice-T, stereo system, like the cool excuse me, the really good Super Nintendo controller. This is a big thing on Milestone. One of Comics hottest characters in the card set of 1994, Shadowhawk. Remember when Shadowhawk was a thing? The premiere edition of Marvel cards, The Amazing Spider-Man. Proceed with prudence and caution, Chris Claremont. This is his Defiant series that lasted 2 issues, maybe? Maybe 3? I think I've got a couple of those. Win the first comic book in history autograph with DNA. Holy Jurassic Park. Now you can own a part of comics history when Zen Intergalactic Ninja co-creator and writer Steve Stern became the first comic industry professional to use the DNA gene pen to sign autographs. He inscribed a historic copy of Entity's full color Zen #0 like this. And now, thanks to Hero, you can actually own the first ever comic signed with DNA. That's kind of neat. I don't think it ever took off, but that's kind of neat. Mars Attacks. Big article on Mars Attacks. EGM and Hero Illustrated Super Tour. I like looking at this. Look. Big swap. I mean, look, they didn't even go to fucking Texas, man. They're so... It's like East Coast, West Coast. East Coast a little bit in the Midwest. I mean, where is that? That's Denver, Colorado. But no Texas, no Louisiana, no Mississippi. That's a shitty thing. Back in the day, cons didn't hit the Deep South. Nice little article on Martha Washington here. Wouldn't mind getting a full... Oh, Bravura shirts and watches. Bravura was Malibu's creator line. It didn't last long either. Original Sin, Jay Stevens. And then Radical Dreamer would appear, they'd have like a page every month. This is their how to draw thing. I'm not an artist. I never like enjoyed drawing, so I never paid attention to shit. Then we'd have character profiles. Metamorpho. I don't like this version of Metamorpho. That's the Metamorpho I like. But yeah, nice little bit of information. Sam and Max, Freelance Police, and this is before their cartoons, so they weren't as well known as they are now. They're not super one. Concrete, Paul Chadwick. I don't think Concrete's had anything out in a long time. Pit number 5. Boy, merchandising the hell out of Pit when hardly no issues came out. And of course they had fan art. Sometimes it's good shit, sometimes it was bad, yeah. Heroes, Hollywood Heroes. This is the Andy Mangala's article, which is this is one of the reasons I switched over to this, because he left Wizard and went to Hero, and I always loved reading this. But all the different TV shows and stuff like that based on comics coming out. And then you got the Action Plus, which, a little bit about toys. Cards. They had a Cards Illustrated magazine for a while. And then we get New Find Scud the Disposable Assassin, which I think just recently got finished. It bottomed out a few years after this, and the last few issues didn't get published, and the last 10 years ago. Book of the Month, the Ray miniseries. It's early Joe Quesada. I love the Ray. Ray's one of my characters from DC I really enjoy. Doctor Strange, when he went all weird on us, that time was David Quinn from Faust. And we get a little Megaton Man comic by Don Simpson. Megaton Man, if you don't know, is pretty much what the Tick ripped off. Then we get the Heroes Price Guide, which I never really paid attention to Price Guide. I mean, weird thing is I kind of would look at Wizards, but Hero, yeah, okay, it's a Price Guide. I do like these little, where they pick an issue and tell you a little bit about it. Capsule reviews, I guess would be the right name for it. Ooh, yeah, 25, that's a good cover. I like that. It's kind of funny if you look at this okay, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me find if they're even listed. It's kind of funny seeing stuff that now is worth a decent amount of money, and when this came out was not worth shit. Alright. G.I. Joe, #1 was only $10 back then. Now here's the thing. The last 9 issues, $1.25. Now that final issue is what, $60, $70? I mean, it's outrageously expensive. And part of that I found is there's a whole generation of people my age and a little bit younger that G.I. Joe's how they got into comics. I got into comics for G.I. Joe, but and they're trying to get all the issues. I know An independent wrestler here in the state of Mississippi that he collects G.I. Joe comics. That's what he's trying to get a full run, and I've been slowly but surely getting him issues here and there. You know, find him at a cheap bin, I'll grab him, hook him up with them. Yeah, this is back when, like, Magnus Robot Fighter Zero was $75, you know. Magnus 12 was an $85 comic, you know. It's like, holy shit. I mean, Magnus 12 still got a little value, but it ain't no $85 comic anymore. Or look at this. You ain't gonna see this anymore. Spawn number 1, $15. I don't think it's $15 anymore. I cashed out on that smart. I had, I worked at a comic shop for a little while in high school. And when Youngblood number 1 and Spawn number 1 came out, because I could get them at cost, I was like, I want 50 copies. I speculated, yes. I've speculated probably about 3 times in the comic market. Those 2 and then Razor number 1. And Razor number 1's because I got them for 10 cents a pop. That's why I speculated. Okay, the Youngbloods, eventually, I just kind of left them somewhere in a box that said take one. The Spawns, I probably paid, it was like $1.95, so I probably paid about $1 for them. So $50, and I turned around the time the Spawn movie, the live action movie was coming out, sold them for between $5 and $10. So I made a profit, just not as big a profit as I thought I would. That's what I get for speculating in comics. I was stupid. Just like all these people now, they're spending way too much for these fucking Funko Pops at 4 or 5 years. I feel them a whole value. Most of them, you're going to be finding them dirt cheap. The bubble's going to burst. The bottom's going to drop out and be like Beanie Babies are right now. But don't mention that to these morons collecting them. Oh, no, it's not like Beanie Babies. Yes, it is. Okay, Transformers. And they don't even list the first Transformers series. They just list Generation 2. That's another one that it's worth a decent amount of money now. Okay, hold on, let's check something. No, where is it? I like this. X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 201. First appearance of Cable is Baby Nathan, question mark, maybe, $27. I don't know what it's worth now, but we definitely know that's the first appearance of Cable now because we know he's Cyclops and Jean Grey's son. Some Mars Attacks art. Quite a few pages. Wow, quite a few, yeah. The next month. Yeah. Oh, Archie meets the Punisher. Great comic. Yeah, that's Heroes Illustrated. Oh, and I went along here, but I usually do one of these kind. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, remember, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.